Hiya, this is a continuation post, basically to do my one about my Bowie collection, and this one is now going to be my vinyl collection, a lot of which is Bowie. Obviously you've already seen my record box, or one of them anyway, so I'm just going to get started. Okay, I'll do my Bowie vinyls first. Okay, this was obviously Hunky Dory. One of the first ones I got when I first started to collect. It's a little bit damaged, but you know, when a vinyl's this old, what do you expect? This is actually the first one I got, and it's one of the ones in the worst condition. It's A70. I managed to pick it up at a car boot sale. I think for like 50p, so I'm not really complaining, but obviously you can see the vinyl edge wear here. I will pick up a nice one of these eventually when I have a bit more money for my name. Next we have, of course, Ziggy Stardust, Rise and Fall, blah 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 blah. One of my favourite Bowie albums anyway, just because it is so iconic. Yeah, I've actually been to this place. I've been where the photographs were taken. It's so different now. If any Bowie fans haven't had the opportunity to go there, I really recommend it if you can. It's Headen Street in London. I think it's off Regent Street if I remember rightly. Basically, they still have a phone box there, but it's not the original. An original was bought by a fan in America, if I remember rightly. But they have put one back in its place, but it's not the same make or style, but it's still one. Next I have my Lead Insane one. Really nice fold out sleeve, very cool. Again, one of my favourites actually. It isn't usually one of my favourites, because I didn't actually know that many of the songs on it when I was younger. But now I do, and it's one of him. This one is my lovely brown dog. One of my best friends, Owen, bought me this for my 18th birthday, so this was last August. That's gone quickly. Yeah, he bought me this, and I'm gonna keep saying it for everyone, but it is one of my favourites. I love all the songs on it. It's just completely classic. Obviously, not the Rude version, but obviously there's not many of them around. But my aim in life is to get one. But I think they pass hands for a couple of £1,000, so I don't know how realistic that's going to be. Pin-ups. I'm sure every Bowie fan knows who this lady is. It's obviously Twiggy. I'm actually not the biggest fan of pin-ups, but I think that's just because I've not given it as much of a listen as I had to a lot of the other albums. But it's still really nice. The main tracks of it that everyone knows, you know, Here Comes the Night, blah blah. They are and Sorrow, but yeah, it's still great, but it's just not one of my most listened to. Young Americans, amazing album. Love the soul side, love all the jazz, love all the, you know, saxophones and everything. Some of my favourite songs, Young Americans, Fascination, Somebody Up There Likes Me, you know. All that stuff is awesome. Scary Monsters and Super Creeps even. Bear with me. Yeah, everyone knows, I think, the story behind this cover. The shoot, he was kind of completely smashed out of his face or drugged up, so the actual images they took were barely usable. So last minute they got an artist to do this. I can't remember who the artist was, but that's pretty known. My Heroes album, it's not one I actually want because it's a take-off one. You'll see the next single there, which means it's one of the weird compilation kind of ones that you can pick up. Obviously I do want to get an original copy of Heroes, but I couldn't really like not buy this when I saw it, obviously. But obviously I am aiming to get the complete catalogue. I'm not really that far off. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not actually that far off from having all of these. No. A lot of people obviously believe that low cover is a play on the words low profile. I don't actually know if that's ever been confirmed by Bowie himself, but it's pretty interesting anyway. I have an alternate version of The Man Who Sold the World. I believe this is a reproduction one. Obviously, this is a 1971, so I do want to get that too. But yeah, I actually do really like the cover on that one, and again, I just couldn't resist buying it. Let's Dance, obviously. Again, not one I really listened to because 80s Bowie wasn't really something I was that interested in. Obviously, I love Let's Dance, a single, but a lot of the other tracks, I mean China Girl, I'm not even really into China Girl that much, which is almost blasphemy, I know. Lodger, anything out. I never exactly know which way this one's supposed to go up. It's a bit stupid, but yeah, I never really know. I think it's this way. Which is really bad, but yeah. Tonight, again, a lot of people weren't very keen on this album because it's some of his new stuff. I actually really like the Tonight song with Tina. I forgot her second name, but yeah. I actually really like that. It's a different dimension. And I actually really love this cover of God Only Knows as well, because his voice just sounds really rich in it. Then I have a couple of live albums. So I have David Live, which I adore. Really nice. Open one, you can see my laptop. I have Stage, again. Open one, very pretty picture. And then I have a couple of compilation ones. So let's see. So I have Changes 1, which obviously really great compilation. Look at that list. Really nice. Changes 2, again, nice. This one was again one of the earliest ones we bought of Bowie, and I love it because it's actually got all of his old stuff on. Uncle Arthur, Karma Man, you know, Negative Tuesday, love it. Really nice actually when you're in the mood for that kind of hippier style. The Best of Bowie, pretty sort of standard. And then the 12-inch single of Dancing in the Street, which I read. Yeah. That's all my Bowie albums. I'll do the singles either in this post to feel fit or after, like in another post. I can do my singles separately. Okay, let's move on to some of my other stuff. Let's do this. I've got a few Kate Bush ones. So I have The Kick Inside, which was her first album, I believe. Crazy issues, crazy cover. Nice lyric page. Then I also have this rare version of The Kick Inside, which is actually EMI America one, so it's obviously the American release. Really love it. I love every song on pretty much every album of these. Interestingly, same back cover, just slightly different borders and slightly different coloring. Yeah. Lionheart, really cute lyrics. Massive line main hair, typical crazy Kate Bush. Probably my personal favourite album, Hounds of Love. Just incredible, really. If you don't really know much about Kate Bush, I haven't really listened to her. I highly recommend, let's see, obviously all the usual stuff, Running Up That Hill, Hounds of Love itself, Cloud Busting, but for the Ninth Wave, which is the other half of this album, I highly recommend And Dream of Sheep. It's such an amazing, really beautiful, kind of quiet song that really makes you sleepy, which is, I think, the idea. Never Forever, which is pretty amazing actually. The artwork is awesome. A little bit crunchy, this one. But the artwork actually reminds me quite a lot of David Froud, who does all stuff for Labyrinth. I'm sure people know. And finally, The Whole Story, which was the first Kate album which I listened to. Obviously, it's kind of like a compilation album. But it's the first one I listened to because my dad had it as CD and he was a Kate Bush fan, so I listened to that kind of growing up, basically. Moving on to some other artists. I've got a couple of Adamant ones, so I've got Prince Charming, Kings of Wild Frontier. Just can't really resist Adamant. It's just so cheesy, it's wonderful. I have one Bon Jovi, If You Were Wet, of course, best album. Had to buy it, actually was lucky enough to see Bon Jovi back in August last year, I believe. Amazing, sound exactly what they do on the records. I might actually try and get some more Bon Jovi albums because I kind of forget how good they are sometimes. Okay. I have a couple of Blondies, so I've got Parallel Lines, which is her best album, or their best album I should say. I think people forget they're a band. Plastic Letters. Yeah. And I can't remember this. Is this Union City Blue? I think this one's got Union City Blue on it. Auto American, I think. I'm sorry, I always forget my Blondie albums. I like her music, but I'm not sort of as focused on her as I am on people like Bowie and Kate Bush. I don't know my albums like straight away when I see them, unfortunately. Then I have a couple of guilty pleasure ones, which you probably all think is terrible. I do actually have Duran Duran's Rio. Terrible, I know, really guilty pleasure. This is when it does get a bit embarrassing actually. I forgot which ones are in here. Right, let's stick these at the back and I'll do it in this order. Oh, I do have Elton John. I'm actually quite a big Elton John fan. I'm big at more Elton John ones. This is just the London and New York shows. I actually bought this to my mum because she's a big Disneyland fan. And to see such an old Disneyland record, especially a Wizard of Oz, which is one of my favourite sort of films and ideas, so yeah. And I've got a couple of musical ones. I've got terrible King and I, which I love as a film. Not really listen to it that much as an album actually. Les Mis, which is my second favourite musical. Amazing, amazing artwork, amazing story, amazing music. Very kind of pop opera, but it's amazing anyway. And then I have Tell Me a Sunday. Again, that's actually more my mum's because she's actually seen that show. I haven't. I've just listened to the music. Elvis Christmas album, can't beat that. I listened to this my first Christmas away from home and away from uni because Elvis always makes me think of my mum because she was such a big fan. And I went to see like a couple of Elvis impersonators with her and just whale of a time. And finally, I've just realised when I've left over here, I listened to it recently. My final vinyl I've got to show you. Fancy Opera, my favourite musical. Amazing, love it. Guilty pleasures, those ones definitely. Probably won't have time for my singles now. But if you'd like to see my singles, I do have a smaller box, not as big as that one. Let me know when I see it. Thanks for watching if you watched this long.